Hello everyone and welcome back to Football Manager 2020 and another part of this Ajax series where, as you can see, we have been doing very well recently. We have won every single game so far this season. When we left off last time, we had beaten PSV 4-0, a very good performance in that one, and then a 3-0 win over Fenerbahce as well, very comfortably starting off our Champions League routine. And there has been goals galore since we left off. So starting off here against Vitesse, easily the closest game we had, but even within that, it was us throwing away a lead, not us being challenged. We started off 20 minutes in. Jesus, I'd been asking him to score more in the previous episode. He started to do that in the time between the last episode and this one. Barrow then went on an excellent run and finish, taking the long way round to get the goal. We went 3-0 up just before the hour. Esposito on the edge of the area found Gravenberch, ball across, and Jesus with another header made it 3-0. And then a few minutes later they did manage to get one back. Here Kearns with the goal, and then a penalty 10 minutes from time left us a bit nervy, but we did manage to get over the line and secure the win. And from then on it's been absolutely plain sailing. This is a league game, this is not the Dutch Cup. We won 12-0 against Go Ahead. Harry Wilson got 3 in this game, his first hat-trick for us. Gravenberch forward, there was Wilson, off to Bruno Fernandes, his first goal for the club. What a stunner it was. He then went on this incredible run down the left side, found Saint-Maximin, ball across, and there was Harry Wilson for his first. I'm not going to try and count the goals, we'll just admire them. Bruno Fernandes then, this was his first start for the club, and he really showed it. That's the incredible run where he took a long run through the middle and finished it perfectly. Great individual goal. Gravenberch out wide to Saint-Maximin, who held it in. Ball went inside, header by Osimhen at the near post. And we're only 20 minutes in here. Then Dest put it across, came out to Bruno Fernandes, Saint-Maximin over to Wilson. Another header for him, giving us a very comfortable lead. Bruno Fernandes from the corner, and then Pieri with the header, the centre-back. Wilson then took a free kick. Alvarez with the finish. And then Gravenberch still in the first half here, attacking down the right. Ball put across, Saint-Maximin with the header to get his goal. And then into the second half now, Bruno Fernandes put it in, and Pieri got his second goal of the game. Saint-Maximin then running through the middle from that left flank, out to Wilson, and his finish off the keeper's head and in. That could have been his hat-trick goal, but instead it took this penalty for him to get it. That was his hat-trick. And then the ball forward to Gravenberch, he swung it out wide, Saint-Maximin in, ball came back to him and he just cracked it in that near post. He's loving life in the Dutch League, and there you go, a nice 12-0 victory. 2 for Saint-Maximin, 2 for Pieri, 2 for Bruno Fernandes, 3 for Wilson and 1 for Osimhen. Wilson on a pretty good run of form. And then we went in to the Champions League match where we actually rotated back to one of our stronger sides. We did rest a lot of players in that 12-0 league win, which might be why we won, so many fighting for a place. Junior put the long throw in, keeper completely made a hash of it. Ball went back in, Zaracho with the header. Then Gravenberch attacking down the right just before half time. Skips a tackle, ball across, Kluivert with the very easy finish at the far post. And then Gravenberch over to Barrow, Zaracho swung it round, Kluivert running in. It was saved, but Jesus right place, right time for 3 just after half time. And still just after half time here, Zaracho came out to Dest, ball inside, Jesus with a howitzer into that bottom corner for 4-0. So 2 for him on that day, Kluivert with 1, Zaracho with 1. It's just an absolute riot at the moment, this team. They cannot be stopped. They just keep on scoring. And Jesus here got his first hat-trick, I think this is. And I believe it was a perfect hat-trick from memory. He was heuristic attacking down the right. He put it in, and we did go behind. And I thought maybe this is that one game a season we end up losing. But instead, we responded well. Dest with the long throw. Mora back in. Jesus gets his first one with a header. And then Esposito from the penalty spot made it 2-1 to turn it around for us. And then Kluivert, second half, attacking down the right. Ball out wide to Dest. He puts it in, and Jesus with a stunning volley on the right foot into the top corner. And then he gets the perfect hat-trick. Saint-Maximin on the attack. Ball played through, and on his left foot he finishes it into the far post. A perfect hat-trick for Gabriel Jesus to make it 4-1. And then we beat Willem the second 7-0. Willem 2. I don't know how you pronounce this team. Maybe a Eredivisie fan down in the comments can let me know how I pronounce it. But this was an absolute riot. It's a shame as well because I actually quite enjoy their kit. But the ball over the top here for Esposito. He can't stop scoring either. A very good finish from him. Bruno Fernandes then, short to Zaracho. He just fires it into that far post for the second. Corner from Fernandes, who was starting a lot more games now. Zaracho with the... Oh no, Sayuncu with the header. Bruno Fernandes again, really controlling the game. Found Jesus. First one blocks, but it just left a tight angle for him to finish off to make it 4. Esposito then, down the right flank. Ball inside. Rolls to Barrow, but instead comes to Cliver and he finishes it off. We have signed Bellingham to a new contract, by the way. Jesus there with a header. But he's not been playing much because he's been injured, but we did get a new contract. This was a stunner here. Zaracho on the volley from a free kick into the empty net. Stunning stuff from him for 7-0. We then had another really tough game against Krasnodar, who seemed to be an absolute bogey team. They managed to take the lead, and it was Zhuba, you may remember from the Russian World Cup, their Russian hero, who scored from the penalty spot to make it 1-0. Just before half-time, Mazraoui attacking down the right, found Saint-Maximin. He got inside, and the ricochet coming to Esposito for the equaliser. Barrow then charged forward, laid it off to Saint-Maximin, ball out wide to Mazraoui, into Esposito, and either side of half-time we managed to turn the game around to get the win. It was a game we totally dominated, but Krasnodar just seemed to have a way of messing things up for us. And then Zaracho and Esposito continuing their good goal-scoring form against NEC Breda. A very nice victory, this one. Again, they didn't have a shot on target. Gaia on the attack down the left. Puts it in. Esposito missed it, but Zaracho didn't. He put it in at that near post. And then Gaia over the top to the right flank for Zaracho. Played through to Esposito. Didn't need to turn the defender inside out. Instead, he just rockets it past the keeper. And then still in the first half, he gets his third from the penalty spot. And then this game happens. And I honestly don't even know if I should show the highlights for this. It was an absolute riot in the Dutch Cup. We totally annihilated this team. 2 minutes in, Wilson to Pieri. He loves scoring against these sort of teams. And then Taylor over the top. Absolute horror show from the two defenders there. And Osimhen did get the second. Let's see if we can count these ones. Still in the first 10 minutes, Wilson, who had 5 goals and 5 assists in this game, did get the third near post finish. Alvarez over the top for Osimhen. He held it up, ball over, and there was Macias as well. It didn't help we had so many finishers on the pitch today. Gravenberch over the top. Osimhen turning the defender inside out. I think that's 12 minutes on the clock, 5-0 up. Ball comes out to Wilson. He cuts inside and then finds Anthony. So you've got Osimhen, Anthony, Macias and Wilson all on the pitch here. That's a lot of finishers. Wilson then through to Osimhen for the finish. I think that's 6. This is a new record obviously for the club, I imagine. Gravenberch out wide to Mazraoui, into Anthony for another goal for 7. Half an hour on the clock. Mazraoui with the throw in, Osimhen with the finish for 8. I think that's his hat-trick at that point. Wilson in, Pieri for his second. He's got a lot of goals this season. Anthony then with a penalty on the line, but Wilson there for the finish. Definitely his hat-trick if he hasn't got it already. And then scores a free kick. Keeper nearly saved it but couldn't quite get it. I think the keeper finished with a 3 rating from this game. Another free kick from Wilson, a stunner that one. Junior Firpo, I've lost count, into Wilson, and then ball found its way to Lucas Moura off the bench. He managed to get one. Alvarez forward to Bruno Fernandes off the bench, which felt a bit like overkill. Kenneth Taylor through, Macias with the finish. The keeper just doesn't need to be in goal for this game. Bruno Fernandes out wide to Lucas Moura, whipped in, and Wilson again scoring another goal. Not too many left to go here. Macias comes to Lucas Moura, and he does get the finish there. I don't know if maybe that's his hat-trick at that point. No, second of the game. Taylor then sends it out wide to Macias, attacking from the left flank. Ball inside to Lucas Moura. That's his hat-trick. I thought he got a hat-trick in this game, and there it is, off the bench. And then Bruno Fernandes with the free kick. Wilson in there onto Sayuncu, who made it 19-0. So that's 2 for Pieri again. 4 for Osimhen, 5 for Wilson, 2 for Macias, 2 for Anthony, 3 for Moura, 1 for Soyuncu, and a missed penalty for Anthony as well. That was his hat-trick chance gone. But a 19-0 victory. And then if you're tired of goals, we're nearly done. One more league game as we continue our perfect start to the season in all competitions. A 3-1 victory. Dest with the throw-in, Esposito on. Defender made an absolute mess of it and Macias got the goal. Junior Firpo then put it over. It came out to Dest. He beat the defender, ball in, Anthony with the finish for 2. I think they got a goal back. No, we went 3-0 up. Wilson put it in and there was Pieri to Anthony, who touched it home for the 3rd. And then they did manage to get one back. Boer in on goal. Pieri with a big tackle, but Madueke back into Boer. And there you go, 3-1. That game finished. But it means we are storming everything at the moment in the Eredivisie. We are 15 points clear as it stands. Final to have a game in hand, but I'm not sure it matters at this point. We are 12-0. Esposito top scorer with 10. Jesus has 9. So Maximan and Bruno Fernandes both up there with 6 assists each. Jesus has 4 man of the match awards so far, but you can see we're also rising up the rankings as well because we've had good performances in Europe generally. But if we look at the competition screen as well, you can see we're dominating the league. We've actually qualified for the knockout stages of the Champions League. We did it after just 3 games. No way that we could drop out apparently after 3 games. I don't think I've ever done it in 3 games before, but we did this time because a number of draws that were happening. But the team as well, just in absolutely fantastic form. If we sort them by goals, Esposito top with 14 and 15. Jesus has 13 in 14. Those two both are like absolute world-class players at this point. They're just absolutely flying. Harry Wilson as well, though. He is doing exceptionally well since we signed him for 16 million. He has 8 in 7 in all appearances, but that's 8 goals and 8 assists in 7 appearances in all competitions. He's been doing extremely well. Our 3rd top scorer, Macias, up there as well with 5. Osimhen up there with 5 as well. Anthony a bit further back. But we've just been absolutely tearing up this league. Assists-wise as well, Wilson up there with 8, then Sir Maximan with 6, Fernandes with 6, and Gravenberch with 6 as well. It's just hard to overstate how well this team is doing. We really have put together a fantastic team. And today we will take on Krasnodar and we will take on bottom of the league Almere City and see how many goals we can get out of that one. I'm expecting us to win today. We've got a decent team going out there. Kluivert, Archer on the wings, Jesus, Esposito up top, Fernandes and Barrow in the middle. Then Firpo, Torres, Soyuncu, Mazraoui and Onana in goal. It's not even our best back 4, but I'm expecting us to get a pretty good win in this game. I'm not going to go through their team. We've already qualified for the knockout stages. I think a win here guarantees us top spot in the group, but I think we're effectively guaranteed that anyway. And really we just want the 6 victories. Mazraoui here with a throw-in, easily taken by Safanov. He's going to look to get this one out, which he does. Header comes down. They still got possession though. Out wide. Ramirez down the line for Berg. Mazraoui wins it back. Now Zaracho. Mazraoui complaining that Dest is ahead of him, so I've given him a game today. Esposito into the box. Ball across. And Jesus gets the goal. Esposito's assist. Jesus with his 14th of the season. Those two fighting out to be top scorer of the Eredivisie and the club. But they are working so well together. They are better than Eduard and Tadic. I'll say that for sure. Ball went across, actually took a deflection off the defender, I think, but Jesus with the goal, and Esposito still keeps the assist to his name despite the deflection. And so we start off by taking the lead here. Porto finally getting the first win for one of the other teams, beating Fenerbahce. But you can see they're all in negative goal difference thanks to us at the moment. Mazraoui with a tackle, comes out to Olsen. We know this Krasnodar team can do damage. Vilhena now, ball out wide to Ramirez. Mazraoui can't get the ball off him. Ball goes across, and there it is. Sergei Petrov with the equaliser for Krasnodar. Very disappointing that we have again failed to kick on against Krasnodar. I can't remember if even last season we managed to beat them by a few goals or not, because it seems like every time we play them it's a really tight match. Petrov with the header there past the keeper, and at the moment 1-1. This could be one of those shock defeats we suffer, but again it doesn't actually matter this season. We're not up against Juventus, we're not up against Borussia Dortmund. this is an easier time of it. Masraoui with the ball over the top. Esposito is in on the keeper, and he does not miss those. 15th goal of the season for him. He is easily a 60-70 million pound striker that we got absolutely dirt cheap from Inter Milan. I don't know what they were doing letting him go. They'll be kicking themselves for that, but he managed to run in behind here and then an excellent finish. And this team is just so strong all the way through it. I thought last season we maybe gave up the goat a bit by selling some of our really big players. Letting David Neres go in the summer wasn't a great idea necessarily, but it seems to have just worked out for us. We just keep on winning, and the board are actually expecting us to reach the semi-final of the Champions League this season, which feels like quite a big ask for me. I think that's a big success, but for them apparently it's the norm. As we win a penalty here, this is our chance to kick on. We're only 16 minutes in. Esposito has been booked apparently. The referee just goes over to check the screen as I have a sip of my tea. I don't like how long these VAR animations take, but we do get the penalty. I think Esposito usually takes them. Defender could get a yellow here, just a warning. And Esposito, don't think he's missed one yet. Commentator's curse. If the ref ever can get into his position, I mean, honestly, how long is this taking? He didn't even book the man. Can we book the ref for time wasting? I don't know what's going on here, but Esposito hasn't missed that one either. It is now 3-1. He has 2 goals and an assist now, and is on absolute fire for the team. Very well placed penalty. Keeper went the right way, but it was too hard, too fast, and too accurate getting past him there for 3. But Ramirez with the throw-in, Olsen away, Jesus on it. Plays it down the line. Esposito gets in behind, through on the keeper again. Can't get the hat-trick at this point, though. The nice thing about winning 6 games in the Champions League is you do get, I think it's about just under £12 million of prize money for winning all 6. So it's always worth going at every game and not just giving it up. As Esposito does get his Champions League hat-trick, his 17th of the season, showing he can do it on the big stage as well as the Eredivisie. And he is just pulling away from Gabriel Jesus now in that top goal scorer charts. Jesus maybe does have it a little bit harder. He's not in the advanced forward role. He's playing the false 9 role. But still, you can't underestimate how good a job Esposito is doing. As the ball comes out to Bruno Fernandes, out to Junior. He's got players in the box. He whips it across, but defender, first man gets there. Kluivert back in. Again, the first man is there. Now Pau Torres. He hasn't played as much this season. Pieri's been favoured to him. Same for Soyuncu, really. Pau Torres and Soyuncu, the 3rd and 4th choice defenders. Here's Junior Firpo forward. Kluivert cuts inside. Still going, Kluivert. He could get a goal here. He's going all the way, and it's a good save. The keeper denying him a very good goal. But it is 4-1 at the moment. We are finally beating Krasnodar by a decent amount instead of a 1-goal margin or potentially losing it as Fernandes. I think that was a shot, not a cross, but it was a dreadful one. We've won every game this season, including pre-season. It's absolutely unbelievable as Fernandes wins the ball in a great position and then puts it into a terrible one. Ball goes down the line now. Kluivert has it, holds it up. Again, it just deflects out to Junior. Now Barrow. Junior, man out wide if they want to use him. Instead they go to Kluivert. Ball across. Esposito over the top. Not able to get his 4th of the game. He's certainly going to be worth taking off at some point with that yellow card and a hat-trick. There's not a lot he needs to add to this game now. So hopefully we can just see it through to half-time and then potentially bring even someone like Harry Wilson on. As Kluivert's played in behind there. Esposito blocked. Jesus can't finish. Kluivert can't finish. And it is out for a goal kick. So many goals this season. These highlights take an absolute age to get through. Jesus has got the ball and it's off the post. Very close there to his 2nd of the game. As we just look to edge into half-time, but they've got a free kick. Ball goes in. Onana has taken it. I thought he might have just missed that one, but he did manage to get there. He's still unhappy at the club. Ball launched forward. Now Jesus. Well, because he wanted to move to Spurs as well. You're playing for a team who are looking to win the Champions League and you want to go to Spurs. Kluivert in. Jesus is there. Comes to Esposito. Keeper didn't quite do his job and Esposito did. He gets his 4th. 5th for us in this half. Could be an absolute rout of Krasnodar this one. 18 now for Esposito. Kluivert put the ball across Defender got the foot on it, Jesus back in, and there was Esposito after the keeper fluffed it up. It counts as a Jesus assist. 5-1 now at half time. Fernandes could look to make it 6 here, and Esposito has done just that. His 5th goal in the first half of this game against Krasnodar. Absolutely sensational. Bruno Fernandes with the assist this time from the indirect free kick, Esposito's header. And that's 6-1 now. And we do not need to worry about Krasnodar at this point. 6-1. I actually just think if we played someone like Juventus or Real Madrid right now, we would tear them apart. We are in such good form. The team are in such high spirits as well. Ball goes forward. I'm tempted to take Esposito off, but he's one away from the double hat-trick. Jesus, ball over to Barrow. He could have a shot, he does, and Barrow makes it 7 against Krasnodar, our bogey team. And this is going to be win number 22 in a row, I think it is, in all competitions for us, not including the pre-season games. Jesus across, Barrow with it, gets his 5th of the season. He is a very good player who flies under the radar for us. It's hard to underestimate the amount of work that he does for the team, allowing the other midfielder to quite often get the assists. Barrow just does that box-to-box midfielder role so well. As Esposito comes through, it's saved, defender clears it. And it's going to be one of those games, I think, for Esposito. He's not going to get that number 6. Fernandes in. Pau Torres on over the keeper. And Pau Torres, his 4th goal of the season, makes it 8-1. And I actually don't think I'm going to be able to show another game today because we're getting so many goals that we're just running out of time. Pau Torres with that header there. Unbelievable stuff from him. And we're going to have to make a change here just to try and stem the number of goals we're scoring. Jesus can come off. I think we need to play Macias a bit more than we are. Esposito can come off. I think we've just scored again. We'll see it in the highlight. Esposito's done it. He gets his double hat-trick for 9-1. Just as I was taking him off. Mazraoui with the throw-in. Jesus nods it on. Esposito's there on the volley. Goal number 6 in the Champions League today for him. He's going for that golden boot in the Champions League, I think. He won't be happy he's just been subbed off if he is, though. But I think I'd like to bring Harry Wilson on. We can maybe take Justin Kluivert off and put Harry Wilson in there. You'll notice Lucas Moura not really getting in the team anymore. Harry Wilson is outperforming him. Unfortunately, Lucas Moura just not good enough. When we signed him, I thought he'd be a really good, maybe not starter, but rotation player. But with Saint-Maximin and so many other players, and we even have Leon Bailey out injured still, as Wilson has the ball. Ball goes in. Zaracho's volley is blocked. He might put the ball in himself. He does, and Anthony's missed that from about 3 yards out. That's really poor from him to not get the finish. But we are coming to the end now. We could, one more goal would give us our 3rd double-digit score of the season so far. But it looks like we might not get it. Firpo's injured. We're going to leave him on for now, because we've got Gaia who can play there. And there you go, 9-1, a double hat-trick for Esposito. Absolutely unbelievable what he's done so far this season. If we just have a quick look, Esposito here, 6 goals in the Champions League now. He's only 19, 10 goals and 11 in the league, but 20 and 16 in all competitions. If we have a look at the Champions League, he is the top goal scorer now, 2 goals clear of Carlos Vinicius. He seems like he's having a good old time of it for Benfica, the complete forward. Always checking if there's a nice false 9 available. But 2 goals clear now. Forrest is there with 8. But we're in with a really good chance of going on a good run here. I mean, unfortunately, some of the big teams currently in 2nd place, which isn't ideal. But we'll just have to see how that plays out. But I think we're actually going to have to end the episode there, because that's been a lot of goals that we've gone through. As you can see, this has been a really easy league run, and I'm tempted not to spend too much time messing about here. It might be worth, given we're 14 points clear with a game in hand in the league, it might be worth just playing through to the knockout stages at this point, because we're guaranteed to win the group now. That's pretty much affirmed. I'm not looking to do any major business in January. Maybe in January, if something big happens, we can do that. But it might just be that we play through an awful lot of games here, so we can start to focus on that Champions League run. And ultimately, that's one of the reasons we're probably going to have to leave the Eredivisie at the end of the season, is that these seasons can get quite dull. As you can see, we've literally won a page of games. So if you've got ideas for teams that I can manage, next country I should go to, let me know in the comments down below. Make sure to drop a like if you enjoyed all the goals today and subscribe to the channel if you are new. But until next time, see ya.